floating around with random characters. This time the Bayonetta going to be coming out, and we're going to see the Mewtwo instead here from Snoopy. Maybe not having faith in the crocodile necessarily, but again, Mewtwo, not even that much of a common character. It's, you know, few here and there in Europe, but certainly in the UK, not a character that we see. But thankfully, your DI is on point there, so you only take 90%, but you don't lose your stock. What a lovely outcome for Snoopy, eh, Galaxy?
Oh dear, it's only 91%, guys. I mean, you were talking about like picking the characters ahead of time. I wouldn't be surprised if Bloom just like did a random number generator in his own head and calculated which characters were gonna come out. Ooh, not quite able to get the punish off the witch time for the kill. That is gonna allow Snoopy potentially an opportunity to strike back, as the percent's a little bit too high for that confirm to work into the forward air, but the teleport barely doesn't snag ledge. So an unfortunate mistake there for Snoopy, and Bloom, he's got all the time in the world, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, that's the scary part, right? Is that a lot of things that... One of the big almost complaints about Bayonetta as a character is her, not necessarily weak neutral, but it's definitely the weakest part of her toolkit, right? She hasn't got the best approach options, you know, that afterburner kick in the air, certainly her best option. Even then, that's not great. But when you've got a lead and you can force people to approach you, suddenly that whole thing is mitigated. Of course, being as skilled as Bloom does also help mitigate that weakness as well. But certainly, you know, it's going to be down to Snoopy to find those approaches, and that's the thing. Mewtwo as well really benefits from forcing that approach with the Shadow Ball, and when you've not got that option, oh, and the rapid jab, you're a light boy, and off you go to the side. 57.5% has all that Bloom has taken, and this Mewtwo is looking like a Route 1 Pokemon, level 2 easy in the Pokeball, not the legend that we're used to seeing, Galaxy.
Yeah, I mean, Bloom would do that to you. Bloom would do that to anyone on its day. And I mean anyone. But, oh wow, the super low recovery as well. Getting in underneath the PS2 stage. Finally lands right in front of Snoopy. The back throw isn't going to be enough, and the bear isn't quite going to snag, but just about sneaks back, gets the dive kick, I think he's trying to cover air dodge up or SDI up a lot of the time with the out of these combos. So maybe that's something that Mewtwo air quote should be doing, which is why Bloom's trying to cover it, but...
Yeah,
I mean, like, already you see the preemptive adaptation. Getting whipped by the tail. Credit to Snoopy taking that stock, but might not be long before Bloom hunts you down.
Yeah, it's a real scary part, just about managing to get out of that aerial combo, and Bloom just looking for that moment to finish it off, and that's such a hard part about Mewtwo as a character, not only being light, but being incredibly tall, and just a shot to the chest. A JV3 for Bloom4eva going into game 2. And just that preemptive button, that little charge, just maybe trying to anticipate Bayonetta coming towards Mewtwo, but just getting shot in the chest for it. It's looking pretty difficult right now for our boy Snoopy.
No, Bloom. You're supposed to catch the Pokemon, not kill them. Bang! Bloom carries that bang on him, it seems. And, I mean, we're probably, like, yeah, not wasting any time, going straight back into it. And, yeah, going back to PS2 as well, Snoopy's just going to focus on the game plan. There is a little bit you can do in this matchup. It's not great for Mewtwo just generally, but, as much as you can do, you've got to kind of keep it on the ground on the stage, because you're just a bit too slow in the air as Mewtwo. I'd like to see a little bit more sort of like use of the Shadow Ball, like zoning, like smaller Shadow Balls. Because for the most part, we've seen Snoopy hold it until it's like a bigger one. But with Bayo sort of being as tall as she is, oh my goodness, look at the perfect timing on that neutral get up. But with Bayo being as tall as she is somewhat vulnerable to the repeated small Shadow Balls, but I mean, not even being given a chance, trying to get the conversion into the double forward air, and barely going a little bit too deep. Bloom falling victim to hubris a little bit here, Joycey.
I mean, it is the patented, tried and true Bayonetta. SD contractually obliged, and fulfilling it is Bloom4eva, but of course, a giggle on his face. He's not letting that deter him at all. And I think what you were mentioning as well, I love that spacing, but the witch time, it's one of those options where you forget about it until it's too late. It's just one of those things where you're trying to get anything started, you're at that sort of 80-90% where you feel like Bayonetta can't quite typically kill you, but then the witch time comes out and then suddenly you're eating a giant fist to the face. Oh, and just, is that gonna be? Not quite. Again, Snoopy's SDI has been really, really stellar, even though he's taking a lot of damage because of the proficiency of Bloom and that combo game. He's not dying, and that's just the vital part. It's the most you can ask for. Two guns to the face. That was so rude, Bloom. There was no need.
Fair 1, hold down A. Fair 2, hold down A. To just keep this Mewtwo away. That's ridiculous, because obviously with Bayo's attacks, on any individual one of the normals, you hold down A, you get a repeated gunfire. Normally it's not very useful. It keeps like a... there's like a spray of Fox laser damage a little bit further away, and at a closer range, there's a very sort of weak push-away hitbox. But just using that combined with the expectation that Bloom would go for a kill, just force Snoopy away from the ledge and leverage Bloom's stock advantage to just end the game as soon as possible. That is absolute madness, and I've never seen anything like it, Joycey.
You see this game plan already coming out from Snoopy, that defensive game plan, just trying to force Bloom to approach, but it not quite working out. Again, even the smaller ones, it's so hard for Mewtwo in that situation. You got to play at such a range where afterburner kick can just kill you, but it doesn't matter when you're being shot to the skies. And once again, Bloom with a dominating lead to start a game with a rapid jab on shield. No punish whatsoever just yet, but we are seeing time and time again Snoopy maybe just beginning to crumble a little bit here. Let's see what he can get. Just a lot of these preemptive moves being thrown out, and it feels like Bloom has just got the mobility to get around them. Oh, I love this little combination.
Goodness, every single time. So we've seen that starter like 4 times, and every single time we've seen that starter, there's been a different like total combo. That's just, oh my goodness. It just down air straight out of the confusion. It doesn't give you that much advantage when your opponent's at like middling percent. Bloom, once again, filling the contract, you know.
A bit of overtime on that one, I think.
He's a hard-working gem, what can I say?
He really, really is. And Snoopy, again, just using that superior ground speed to try and run circles around Bloom. But again, just catching that retreat and just about living, but taking so much damage in the meantime, trying to get that down smash. Not quite working out the afterburner kick as well, but Bloom still keeping it going. And again, Snoopy just trying to approach, trying to get something going, and the up throw rather, excuse me. Oh my god, 200%. All right, Bloom, we've seen Bloom do this before.
Oh,
in previous set. Oh, off you go. See you later. I thought we were going to see how high the percents could go, but Bloom was like, you know what, I'm bored of this game. See ya.
Yeah, I mean, like at that point, you know, kill throws become a part of the game for Bayo as well, especially like we say against the lighter Mewtwo. I mean, yeah, good Shadow Claw. Try and get back on the stage, but oh, hang on, getting comboed, and the back hit of the Nair sends Snoopy back out. Able to get a Nair out of shield and has potential to grab the down air. Not quite getting the spike that they were looking for and couldn't find anything off the back of it. No! Oh, okay, that's a fantastic partnership. That range, but those charges are too long! The green, Joycey, the green, but he's got it again!
Oh, if it does, first you don't succeed, try again. A wonderful idea. And Bloom just sort of toying, maybe not being quite confident in the positioning of that smash attack. And there we go, another aggressive option to get back onto stage. Mewtwo at 160, 167. The bullets do so much damage, and again the patience. Just wait it out.
Bullets. What? I can't believe that.
Forward tilt though, very much a strong move on Mewtwo's kit, and nearly killing our borderline center stage, and the charged shadow ball as well, and the forward throw just sent straight to the top left and out into losers bracket. Bloom4eva taking it in a pretty dominant 3-0 fashion. There were some moments, there were some signs of life there, but Mewtwo's going to need a trip to the Pokemon Center after that beating.